Alrighty, hello and welcome to another beautiful video on this beautiful channel on another actually kind of beautiful day because it's snowing here. Isn't that awesome? It usually never snows here, so it did that now. So I'm very happy about that. We even have had like a white Christmas. Isn't that great? Yeah, I know most of you probably always have that, but like, that was legit the first time in my life that I've seen that, like in my entire life. I'm not even kidding you. So I'm kind of pumped about that. So yeah, that's really cool. But what is also really cool is that we are gonna do some more scrapping today. And what are we gonna scrap today? Well, I think it's pretty obvious what we are gonna scrap today. And it's all of this stuff. Okay, well, not all of it, but some of it. And this stuff, all of this, came out of a dumpster. I went dumpster diving to the basically only dumpster that I know is around here that might be worth taking a look into. And I was in the general area, and I was like, hey, might as well take a look. And I went there and I took a look, and yeah, it was pretty good. So yeah, we've got all of this now. This is all solid core wire, and we've also got another big blue spool of softcore. So yeah, of like flex wire, whatever you want to call that. And we are going to scrap some solid core today. I'm going to show you how I do that, and I'm also going to show you how you can basically do this as fast as you can do it with a wire stripper, because solid core is really easy to strip. And yeah, I think we're gonna do this brown spool, maybe the black one. This green one is a little bit messed up. I have to straighten that out first. But yeah, so we are gonna do it with a knife, and we're actually not gonna do it with like this weird thing that I always do with the softcore wire. We are gonna do it the right way, and it's gonna really be very fast. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the way I do that, and then we are just gonna scrap some of this down and obviously see how much money we can make off of it. But we will weigh the spool first that we are gonna strip, so that we can see what the yield is gonna be. So let's do that first. Okay, so let's go ahead and weigh the wire. I decided to like do this brown spool because that looked pretty easy to do, and I don't want to like mess around with anything that's like crooked or something like that now. So we are just gonna quickly weigh this, see what it weighs. See if we can actually stand it up here. That would be great. So it's kind of hard to balance it, but okay. There we go. Oh wow, that's very nice. So we've got exactly 400 grams. That's really cool. So that's like what, almost a pound? Yeah, pretty much, I think. So yeah, that's really good. We are gonna be able to really clearly see how much copper we got out of that. So yeah, let's just get on to the time lapse, and then yeah, we'll see how much copper we can actually recover from this stuff. Okay, so what you can see right there is I've put all the little ends of these little pieces of wire that I cut off of this brown spool into my vise. You have to kind of section it off to the amount of space that you have. And I only have like 2 meters, so maybe like what is that, like 6.5 foot maybe. So I kind of have to cut them into these lengths. You have to also take care of your wire and make sure that it doesn't have any like kinks or bends in it, because then this tactic is not gonna work. And so what I'm now gonna do is I'm just gonna take either this knife, which is a little bit of a newer one, or the old rusty one. And you know, for stripping wire, you always have to have a very rusty knife. That is kind of like a given. But I might also use the newer one because it just works a little better. And we are just gonna run the blade across this wire, and it should strip it up very nicely. I already did one little length of wire here that you can see right there. I think you can see it a little better like that. So you just basically just take half of the insulation off, and then you can pull the wire straight out. And so we are going to do that with all of these lengths. We are obviously going to do that in time lapse, but yeah, then we're going to see how much money we actually made out of that stuff. So yeah, this procedure with like putting it all in the vise and sectioning it off to these little sections takes around 5 minutes. So that's not really that bad, but we are going to include that into our total to see how much money we are actually going to make. So yeah, I would say let's just go straight into time lapse and see how that goes. Here we go. Okay, so we are done with that. This is all the beautiful military copper that we were able to recover. And in case you're wondering why I put these into these like very tiny little packages, that's because I want to melt this down. I'm not actually selling this because my military price is just not good enough to, yeah, justify me just selling that stuff off instead of melting it down into a bar and selling it for like what, 3 times, maybe 4 times the price. So yeah. We won't do that, but yeah, we're gonna weigh everything up now and see how much this is actually worth. So it took me about 10 minutes to do the stripping and taking off of the insulation, whatever you want to call that, and so we are about 15 minutes in total. So we're gonna weigh everything up now and see how much copper we got out of it. And I hope it's gonna be, well, we'll see. Let's just see. Let's see what we can get here. It should be a very decent amount, because this wire should be probably at least 60% copper, if not more. So we'll see how it goes. However, we have to balance it a bit because my scale is very small. Yes, I need to get a bigger scale, I know that, but yeah, we'll make do with this one until I get a good offer on a new scale. So let's see. We are at 200 and let's just say 70 grams. That's pretty good, I would say. Yeah, that's a little more than half a pound. So that's all right. And I quickly calculated what that would be in percentage. So you probably remember we had approximately 400 grams when we started this project. So now we've got 270. I can, when I turn it on now, it's going to be gone. But you just saw it. We had 270 grams. So that would give us a yield of 67%. 67% copper. And that is around that what I expected. As I said, like between like 60 and 70%. So at least I think I said that. If I didn't say that, I'm sorry, but yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, I think that's very good. That is actually legit very good. That would be approximately $2.50 maybe a little less. Probably around $2.10. Maybe. Kind of depends. But I would say $2 is definitely an accurate thing you can do there. So that would be $8 an hour. Not a whole lot, that's not minimum wage, but you have to take into consideration when I'm doing a video like this, I am primarily doing the video. Like I'm not, yeah, great, throw it everywhere, whatever. I'm not primarily scrapping stuff. I'm making sure that the video is as good as I can possibly make it, and that obviously takes time. As you've seen in the time lapse, I always show you the stuff that I do so that you can kind of see it a little bit better, what I'm actually doing, and then I'm not just doing stuff and you don't really understand what I'm actually doing. It's not very difficult to understand it, but like still, you know, I want these videos to be as nice as possible. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And yeah, to do that, you have to take some time off the scrapping. So I would say that you could probably double this time. So double the money, half the time. There we go. So yeah. I think you could probably make at least like 14 to 15 bucks an hour doing that. So that is decent. I really think that's decent. If you take into consideration how thin this wire was, I think that's actually a pretty good thing to be able to do. And you don't really need that much wire to do it either. Like the wire that I showed you in the beginning of the video, that would probably take like, I don't know, 3 hours to process. That's really like way more than we just processed, so that's decent. So I think you could probably make a living off of that if you get enough of that wire, obviously. And we are also not taking into consideration that you might have to pay for a wire like that. Normal people would not really throw that into the dumpster, but yeah, that's a story for a different video, I think. Matter of fact, that was actually the story of the last video, paying for the wire. So if you haven't seen that, check that out, because that was actually a really good video. At least I liked it, and I put a lot of effort into it. So yeah, if you haven't seen that, go ahead and check that out. But I would say we can be very happy with the payout today. We did pretty decent. As I said, you could probably make 14 to 15 bucks an hour. As we did it now, only 8, but still that's all right. If I would do this all day, I would walk home with 80 bucks. So I'm not complaining about that. So yeah. That would probably be the end of the video. Thank you very, very much for watching. Don't forget, if you want to say hi or something like that, or have any questions, write it in the comments below. I would be very happy to answer those, as always. And yeah, also don't forget to rate the video with either a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whatever you might want to do. And also, please subscribe to the channel, because that way we can get more subscribers, and that's nice. So yeah, do that. That would be very cool. So thank you very, very much for watching, and until next time.